welcome back to another video. Today we solve another medium level question from the SQL series, the find overbooked employees. Okay, so in this question we have two tables, the employees and the meeting table. So in meeting table we have ID, employee ID, date, type and the duration. So first see what the question asks, then see the test case, then we will find out what we have to do so that we get the expected output. Okay, like we have to decide our path, so we have to follow the step by step thing, then we extract the output which we really want. So in question, to find the employee who are meeting heavy and employee who spend more than 50% of their working time in meeting during any given week. Okay, so they are assuming the work week is 40 hour and they have to calculate the meeting hour per employee per week, Monday to Sunday. Okay, so for the per week, for Monday to Sunday, we gonna use the week syntax on the meeting date column as for the Monday to Sunday. Okay, and another condition is an employee is meeting heavy if their weekly meeting hour is greater than 20. Okay, like the 50% of the 40, and count how many week each employee are meeting heavy. Only include employee who are meeting heavy for at least 2 weeks. Okay, so the count is should be greater than 1. Okay, and return the table order by number of meeting heavy weeks in descending order, then by employee in ascending order. Okay, no issue. So let's see the test case. We have the table, employee ID, name and the department. In employee in meeting table, if you see here, like for this 3, it contain a single week. Okay, and the sum of this duration is 21. And for the this another week, the same thing is duration is 21, which is greater than 20. Okay, so and if you see here, the count is the count 1 for the week 1 is 1 and there is also 1, so 1 plus 1 is 2. So fine, the same for the other we will find out later. So our step is to find these. We have to first found the employee ID and the week as well. Okay, so select employee ID and the week for the meeting date, comma 1, because we have to find the weekly Monday to Sunday. Okay, from which table? From the meetings table. So now run this and see what it return. So like see here, it gives us the week number for the each employee ID, like the upper 3 is 23 and later is 24, then the different thing for the different employee ID. Okay, so now we have to work on the weekly Monday column so that we find the duration hour, the sum of duration hour. Okay, so that we get the meeting hour. Okay, so comma like sum duration hours as meeting hour. Okay, so when we use the aggregate function, we have to go by the other attribute which contain in the select. So group by this. Now see whether it returning the sum for the each employee ID and the week. So perfect. If you see here, for the 1 and the week 23, it gives the sum 21. Okay, which is correct here. If you see in the explanation, For the week the sum is 21, and the week 2 also is 21, and same here. So like the week 23 and the 24, the sum is same. Okay, and we have to apply also, like we have to create another column so that it notify like which is correct or not. Like the 21 is in our condition yes, like the 10 is not required. Okay, so it mentioned that it is not in use, we can say. Okay, so comma, like case when the sum of duration hours divided by 40, which is should be greater than 2.5, like the 50%, then give yes, else no, and end as we can say the heavy meeting. Okay, so let's see another column name as heavy meeting, and the with the value yes and no. Okay, what the issue here? Group by W. What the W? No issue. The heavy meeting. Okay, just remove this. No need to explicitly using the bracket here. Okay, perfect. So if you see here, there in meeting hour, if the value is greater than 20, then it return y, which is most likely same, which is the greater than 50%. If you see here for the value 10 and 7, it return no. Okay, so now this table is very useful for the other output which is required for the expected output. Like you see here for the employee name, department, and the meeting heavy weeks. Okay, so let make this a temporary table with CTS so that we use this later. So select, so we have to find the employee ID, so C dot, we have to extract the employee ID, so employee ID. Why C? Because we have to join these CT table with the employee table. Why? Because we have to extract the name and the department from the employee table based on the employee ID. If you see here in the CT table, we have also the employee ID. That is why we are using the C dot employee ID, comma E as the employees table. So E dot employee name, comma E dot department, and we have to count as the expected column is meeting heavy weeks. Perfect. From which table? From the CTC. We have to use left join because we want only those employee ID which contain in the CT. Okay, if you think like those ID which is not present in CT table and we join, so it returns some null value, okay, which is not required in our output. So left join employees table alias as E on what basis? On C dot employee ID equal to E dot employee ID. Perfect. And our condition is where the heavy meeting equal to yes, because we have to take care only those value which is the heavy meeting time is greater than 50%. Okay, like these value which is greater than 20. Okay, not those value which is less than 20, like 10 and 7. So makes sense. And we have to group by, for calculating the count, these rest 3 attribute as the column. Okay, And like very important thing, having count which should be greater than 1, because like see here in the id 2, okay, the one is yes and other is no. Okay, if we extract only those which have where the heavy meeting is y, then it gives us the 2 rank as well, the 2 employee id as well. But if you see here in the conditions, we are meeting heavy or the heavy meeting for at least 2 weeks. Okay, so this is not match our condition. That is why we are using the having clause in count, so that there is greater than 1, not equal to 1 but is greater than 1. And the order by the meeting heavy weeks, where is the meeting heavy weeks, in descending order, and e dot employee name in ascending order. So no need to write explicitly the ASC, we can use simply the name. So perfect, it returned the expected output which we want. So if you see here in the solution, we are using very basic idea, like first we calculate the employee id and the week, like the week for the each employee id, then we find the sum for weekly wise, okay, by grouping the email id and the email id, not the employee id, employee id and the week. Then we create another column name as heavy meeting, which gives some value yes and no, so that we use this later, like here in our condition. So by using this, we simply find out those who have the greater than 50% or the greater than 20, and we use the having to find only those, to access only those who have the at least 2, okay, not equal to 1, at least 2 or greater than 1. Okay, and the order by is very simple because the question is mentioned there. So thank you for watching the video and stay tuned for the next video. I am continuously uploading these medium level or hard level solution for the data analyst and data science aspirants, which those who want to be. So thank you for watching the video and stay tuned for the next video.